Well, good day to you all, and welcome to another week of wild and wacky chit chats with the twins. This week you get me. I am Krista, one of the twins here, and I am going live from my basement. And the day after Groundhog's Day, in our group this morning, in La Resistance, I talked about the day after Groundhog's Day, which I find really entertaining because how many of you feel like every day is truly... Sorry, I'm just getting myself found here in case I can't see your comments. What would it take to see the comments here? With ease and joy and glory. Anyhow, yeah, like every day can really feel like Groundhog's Day because we are functioning from the same limited points of views day after day after day, and we keep doing the same thing after the same thing after the same thing, and we expect to get different results because we are really cute. We're just not always that smart. So okay, I can see some comments. Oh, and I can see them online. See them on my phone. Hallelujah. Good morning, mate. So, I forget what I called this. What future are you ready to create? And what if it's just a choice away? So what choices can you truly start to make today that will change your future forever so that you can stop living in Groundhog's Day? Good morning, Danielle. Thank you guys for joining me, even though popping on at a random time here. Again, like last week, being unpredictable. How does it get any better than this? So I would really like to start this day brand new and destroy and uncreate every point of view you have about yourself, every definition you have about yourself, everything you think you're supposed to be, you're supposed to do, you're supposed to act around certain people. Will you just take everything that you have made real and true for you and realize that it's all just a point of view, and then you are the one that can change that point of view just by asking. So everything you defined yourself as, everything you've decided you had to be today, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyond. So starting this day with a blank slate, where you can choose to be whatever you want, and you don't have to go and live in the past, be stuck in the past, beat yourself up for things that you have done, choices you've made, and gone into all the wrongness of it, when instead you could just get a bunch of awareness from it. Okay, I chose this happened, I got this awareness. Now what can I choose? Laverne, good morning. You love the random and unpredictability. So here I am, and I am so glad that you are here. So I've been reading this book, Beyond the Utopian Ideal by Gary Douglas. I would suggest this book. I will also say that it can be a book that really is going to be in your face, and it really might piss you off. So if you are willing to come up against all your limited points of views, read this book. Good morning, Jessica. So this little section that I just want to read to you is about points of views. So Gary says, you buy points of views in an attempt to define you. I am a mom. I am a nurse. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a coworker. I am all these definitions, and those are all my points of views, and they keep me in this world of this reality for me based on my definitions of me. And definition, by definition alone, is limitation. So if I say you're an Indian, does that define things for you? Does that define things for other people? Why do people want to define things? They want to define things so they can choose what to reject. The purpose of definition is to choose what you reject. So it's like when we have definitions of ourselves, you guys, what we are creating is a whole bunch of walls and barriers. Because if we have a definition of who we are, then we can't choose what doesn't already fit in our little bubble of a definition of who we are. So if we like go and choose something like saying me coming on here at an unpredictable time, well, that's me not like, I mean, for me, I am unpredictable, and I've come to be okay with that. But so many people want to see other people as always being the same, always showing up the same way, always acting the same way. And even if we resist and we react to the way people are, we're still comfortable with them being that way because it's what we know. It's what we've defined them as, what we've defined ourselves as. And so when we have no definition, all those walls and barriers go down, and then we can choose whatever we want to choose. We aren't limited because it's like, I'm a mom, so I can't choose to be this way. Or I'm a nurse, so I couldn't choose to be this other certain way, you know, like we have all these responsibilities that we have to abide by because that's who we've defined ourselves as. But what if we can go beyond definition and we can have like all these possibilities waiting for us to choose them because we don't have to be blinded by these walls of definition. We have access to the abundant universe. Laverne, you look like a genie from a bottle. I wonder what magic you will create today. And I wonder what magic we can all truly create today, you guys. So how many fixed points of view are you refusing to lose because you think that if you lose them, you will lose you? And anything this brings up or lets down in your world, will you destroy and uncreate all that times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds? I'm going to say that again. How many fixed points of view are you refusing to lose because you think that if you lose them, you will lose you? Because that is who you are. That is who you've decided that you are, and you don't know how to be you without these points of views. Well, let me tell you that since I've been using the Access Consciousness tools really like daily, probably for 2 years, I would say, it does take you into these unknown territories. And these unknown territories can feel really, really scary and unknown and unfamiliar. And all of a sudden, people start to not see you the same way they saw you before. And it makes other people uncomfortable. It makes you uncomfortable. And so, yeah, it can be really scary. But what happens is you find ease with it all. You're like, hey, oh my God, this is me. This has been me all along. And I've been hiding myself behind all of these limited points of views. And it's like baby steps and being aggressively present in every moment of every day. And like so many of the points of views that we have about ourselves, we never chose them. They just like came from other people, came from like past lives, came from our parents, came from our coworkers, came from our teachers, came from everyone. Like I was talking to my mom yesterday, and I was like, you know, like when we're trying to understand why people are choosing what they choose, and it's like, how many times have you just done something and someone's like, why did you do that? And you're just like, I don't actually really know. I just chose it. And that's the ultimate, you guys. People choose what they choose because they choose what they choose and not for any other good reason. And I forget how it goes, but it's like, and because you wouldn't choose it and someone else is choosing it, you think they must be choosing it for some good reason, but they're not. They're just choosing it because they choose it, because they choose it, because they choose it. That's it. And so how many fixed points of view are you refusing to lose because you think if you lose them, you will lose you? And so what if you could just choose what feels light in your world? not for any other good reason, not trying to figure it out, not trying to understand why, not trying to define it, not trying to predict it, putting all these projections and expectations on what's going to happen if you choose them. No, just choose what feels light in your world and then see what awareness comes your way. And always stay in question. If I choose this, what will my life look like in 5 years? If I don't choose this, what will my life look like in 5 years? And follow your knowing. Trust you. So if you have no point of view, then you can take any point of view. This is pure magic. And I read this to my husband the other day. Good morning, Corinne. And he's like, I don't know what you said. So if you're not hearing the words of what I am saying, get the energy of it. Just follow your knowing, follow your trust in you, and stay out of your brain, stay out of your head. So if you have no point of view, then you can take any point of view. You can choose the point of view you wish to use. Then if you wish, you can choose another. Or you can have none at all. And to me, I'm just like, wow, what would that be like to truly have no point of view about whatever is going on in your world, about whatever is going on in the world around you? What if you had no point of view about it? What could that invite you to? Like, how much more of you would you get to be if you didn't have to cling to all of these points of views? Because none of them are real or true. You know, it's like that example of the burning building. Like if you had someone standing around a burning building, the person standing here is seeing a different perspective than this person, all around the building. It's just the point of view of each and every individual person. None of it's real or true. It's just a point of view. And what we do with these points of views, good morning, Leanne. What we do with these points of views is we make them real and true. Then we get stuck in them. We define ourselves by them. And then we don't allow ourselves to choose beyond that, because if we don't, then we're wrong. We'd have to admit that we're wrong. We made the wrong choice. But what if none of that matters? So you may think you don't exist unless you have a point of view. Most people do. You have lots of nice fixed points of view in order to maintain your connection to the past, so you can identify who you are based on who you were, so you can be who you will never be again, because that's the way to get to the future that you're never willing to have. It's like Dr. Seuss. And anything that brings up times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, walk, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. I will say that again. This is the part I read to my husband that he's like, I don't know what you said. You may think you don't exist unless you have a point of view. Most people do. You have lots of nice fixed points of views in order to maintain your connection to the past, so you can identify who you are based on who you were, so you can be who you will never be again, because that's the way to get to the future that you're never willing to have. So you guys, if we are always defining ourselves by who we were, we're not that person that we were. I'm not who I was even at the beginning of this show. Good morning, Nicole. I'm not who I was yesterday. But if we stay stuck in that definition of who we were, then we never get to choose who we want and what we truly desire. And we will never get the future that we truly desire, because we're always stuck in the past. We're like in these constant distractions, these loops, these lies. Good morning, friend Jessica. And so we never get the future we want, because we're always stuck in the past, or we're stuck in a wrongness, or we're stuck in any point of view. So what if we could choose beyond that? How many fixed points of views do you have that are creating your limitations and your prejudiced points of views about you? Do you get that you are prejudiced against you? And anything that brings up times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, walk, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. That's unbelievable. To judge you, what a travesty. What an unkindness. What a brutality. You are an amazing miracle that you don't see. You don't get the miracle that you are, and you don't incorporate it into your reality. You keep pretending that somehow it can't be true. You judge you and you create separation from you and everyone around you by your fixed points of view. Is that a good idea, a bad idea, or just not the best choice? And anything this brings up times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, walk, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. Changing your reality is really fun. It's better than changing your clothes. You may not want to know that. Your underwear, you will change. Your reality, you won't change. But your reality stinks more than your underwear. Oh my God, I love that so much. And anything that brings up and lets down in your world, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, walk, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You'll change your stinky underwear, but you won't change your stinky reality. You will keep beating yourself up day after day after day, and you will keep banging your head against the wall, and you will keep making the same choice after the same choice because you don't think you can make another choice, because if you do, you would have to admit that you were wrong instead of just simply choosing again with no point of view about it. We do that, you guys, we do that. Leanne, LOL, it's so true. I can't stop laughing. That made me laugh so hard when I read that. And it's just like, it's just a real smackdown, you know? Like, it's like, wow. What else would be way more fun to choose? What if I could be this blank canvas? What if I could really, truly get the energy of what I would like my life to be? And so, if you aren't already in our group, La Resistance, I will post the link. You can join up. It's free. And right now, Kara and I are doing a 30-day challenge. It's a question from Access Consciousness that Kara and I very first started using exactly 2 years ago with Crystal Crawford, who is an Access Consciousness facilitator. And it's, what would it take for me to be willing to live the energy of what I would like my life to be so that it can show up for me in totality. And anything that doesn't allow that, and all the thoughts, feelings, emotions, and the no sex I'm using to absolutely refuse and reject my life and the energy I would like my life to be, I now destroy and uncreate it all. Times a gazillion. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, walk, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. In this question, you guys, it's pure magic. It has changed my life so dynamically, and it is changing it every single day, because every day, like, it's like we never want to get to that point where we've reached our goal and then we can just stop everything we're doing and we don't have to choose anymore because it can't get any better than this. Like, we did it. We found our way. It's like, no, everything can always get greater. And the way to that is by staying in question always. So I'm going to actually just take us through a little guided exercise here. And I invite you to, wherever you are, if you can drop all of your barriers, stop everything. If you can't do that right now, just listen in, and you can always go and listen later. But just stop. Anywhere you're in your head, stop. Just get out of your mind, get out of your head. Thanks, Gilly. Just shut up, brain. I'm just gonna take my brain, I'm gonna throw it out, I'm gonna let it take care of my body and all the functions of my body, but anywhere that I'm using it to try to figure out the choices that I should be making, the life that I should be living, I'm going to take it out of the equation right now. And just get a sense of your body where it is, and connecting with Mother Earth. And let's run this right now. Restoration of communion of Earth. Run. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Let's connect with this powerful Mother Earth that we are living on. And let's connect with her and tap into all of Mother Earth's knowing, all of her allowance for us. Even though we can do some pretty stupid things that purposely hurt Mother Earth, and her having no point of view about it. What if we could be that? What if we could be that resilient? If we could be in that much allowance of everyone around us, including ourselves, especially ourselves. Restoration of communion of earth, run. Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds, and expanding out in every direction. I got a phone call coming in that I got to decline. Pushing out the front side of you, out the back side of you, out the sides, up through your head, down through your feet, into the infinite space of being that you truly be. You are so much beyond all of these walls that you have put up around yourself. You aren't the definitions that you have decided, but you are that potent and you are that powerful that if you can't see beyond that, you won't. But if you are willing, if you are just willing to just play with me here and invite different possibilities into your day to day, what would you like your life to be like? What is the energy? Like, not trying to figure that out in your head, but what is the energy? So do you feel this space? And anywhere that you go and you contract and you feel heavy and you feel icky and you feel like you might puke and you feel like you might scream and you feel like you're not doing this right and you're probably getting it all wrong. What if you're not? What if you can just, for a minute here, just trust you? And you might want to invite in your spirit team. Imagine them putting their hands on your body, giving you a hug, and knowing that they aren't more powerful than you, but they will do whatever it is that you require of them if you will ask. Be with me. Help me not feel alone right now. Help me not feel freaked out and scared about what's happening in my world right now. And really tap into, this is going to require you to stay out of your head. Tap into the you in 400,000 years from now. And get a sense of the knowing that you be. And allow yourself to receive from your future self. All of your future selves knowing, being, and allow it to dissolve all of your worry, all of your fear, all of your wrongness. Could you tap into the potency of you in 400,000 years from now? And just be like, future self, show me what's possible beyond all of my limited points of views, beyond all of my definitions that I have imprisoned myself with. What is beyond all of that? And what if I didn't have to live from my definitions of who I was. And what if I could choose whatever lights me up and makes me feel expansive? It makes me feel giddy and happy and joyful. And what if all of life could come to me with ease and joy and glory? What if all of life could come to me with ease and joy and glory? What would that be like? Just get the sense of that. And anywhere that you try to stop yourself, push down those walls and barriers. Push them down more. Push them down more. And just blast yourself in every direction. And connecting with all of the conscious molecules that are all around us. And knowing that the universe always has your back. So whatever it is that you ask for, trust that the universe will shift and change and transform things. But it is never, ever, ever going to show up how you expect them to. And this requires one to stay out of your head and have your barriers down and everything that's showing up. Be aggressively present and ask, is this the change I have been asking for? It's not what I thought in my head it was going to look like. And if we go into our head and decide that's not what it's supposed to look like, then we miss out on that possibility. So just fire conclusionary Connie right now. So being in question. Kara and I took foundation 2 years ago. And we were standing by a waterfall outside the casino in Swift Current. And we each asked a question. We each requested something of the universe. Always stay in question. And then trust. So be the question. And then don't look for the answer. Look for the awareness and the subtle energies and the whispers of the future that are trying to get your attention. You can ask for it to be more obvious if you're really in your head all the time, but it's not going to show up how you expect. So don't expect it to. And don't look for the answer. Be the question and then trust. Trust you and trust the universe. So what's it going to take, my friends? So I just want to leave us with this page in Foundation called Future. It's one of those. It is the one thing that really stood out to me this time taking Foundation. Kara and I have taken 3. So get yourself to a Foundation class. It just might change your life completely. So future. What can I be or do today to create the future I know is possible right away? Seriously, what can I be or do today to create the future I know is possible right away? So even if what you asked for yesterday or what you asked for a year ago or whatever you've been asking for, if that brought a bunch of yuck, stuck, and what the fuck energy into your world, instead of resisting and reacting to it or aligning and agreeing and making yourself wrong, like we love to do, What else can you choose today that will change your future right away? So it's like, okay, well, I asked for this and it showed up. What a brilliant creator I truly am. Now what can I choose? If you are not creating tomorrow today, what you come up against is nothing that you like. So if you want a better life, choose today what will create a better life tomorrow. What choices do I have now that I've never had before? What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I be to have all of this come to fruition with total ease? Everything that doesn't allow that times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate all that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. You get to know the future. You don't get to create the way you want it. So the way your mind wants it to look, the way your brain tells you it's going to show up. You get to know the future. You don't get to create the way you want it, because the universe has so many brilliant ways of delivering all of this to you in ways that you can never imagine. Leanne says, you both asked for something and did it happen yet? Curious. Every single day, Leanne, every day my life has been showing up in ways that I certainly never, ever imagined. And I could resist and react to it. I could go into a whole lot of conclusions about it, but it's like constantly being in question, constantly looking for more and not being like, I did it. I got it, and now I'm done. It's like, no, how can it become greater than this? What else is truly possible that I've never even considered? How does it get any better than this? What energy, space, consciousness, and choice can I be that would allow me to create a reality beyond this reality that would create a future I have never known for all eternity? And Jessica says, yes, please. Everything that doesn't allow that times a gazillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Times a gazillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. The future lies in what you can invent, not in what you can do. And I want to say this again. You get to know the future because you know I'm choosing happiness. This is my future. I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing ease and joy and glory. I'm choosing adventure. I'm choosing interesting people in interesting places. I'm choosing to embrace every part of me, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the mischievous part of me, the kid in me. I am inviting all of this into my world. So I know that that is my future, but I don't get to create it the way that I want it. And I don't want to, because I want to let the abundant universe show me things that I have never considered. And how does it truly get any better than this, my beautiful friends? So thank you for joining me in another week of wild and wacky chit chats with the twins. And like I said, we're only a week into our 30-day questions, so I'll post the link to La Resistance. And if you would like to start creating the future that you truly desire in ways that you never could imagine, just click the link and come and join us, and I will see you on here another time, another day. Be who you truly be and invite a future that you could never even imagine. Choose your happiness today. See you and have an amazing day. Bye-bye.